It's getting better. I mean, I'm still not sleeping. I'm trying to reset my sleep schedule, but I think it's not really gonna be happening that easy because where the fuck is my thing? Because I honestly I think I enjoy or need the nighttime for chill time. I think it's just like the energy is way different, and I'm like taking that time to do like meditation and like reflection and just like coming down from the stressful time. But it's okay. It's okay. At least I can have fun playing video games, right? Gotta look at the bright side of things. Gotta look at the bright side of things. I did appreciate the point that the doctor didn't even fucking check me out and just gave me a week off because I think everyone's super sick nowadays from what I can notice or see. Like doctors are booked out, my neighbors also not sleeping and coughing. I can hear them being that like that. I even saw them with the mask and everything. They didn't even talk to me. Cause I think they were afraid of getting me sick, and it like little did they know I'm fucking sick. There's not much you can do there. Um, only thing you do there is you swap out like frickin' illnesses possibly. On the bright side, I did take the opportunity to go to the whatchamacallits, the post office. I finally, at the beginning of this month, got the Monster Garden cards delivered to me. And I finally managed to get them at, like, basically when I went to the doctor's on Monday. And they're amazing. Oh my god, Zach's cards are amazing. I'm just gonna give him a fucking shout out, honestly, because, like, Zach's cards, my god, they're awesome. Shout out at WW Zach, right? WW, I believe his thing is, right? Is that correct? Am I fucking shit up? Fuck, I think I fucked shit up. Fuck. Damn it. What's his name? Zach? I just shouted out some random person that doesn't even have a fucking thing going. It's just one W. Yeah, it's just one W. My bad. Shout out at VZach, not double W's. My my bad. I need to now wait for like a minute and a half, motherfucker, whatever. No, it's just single W's, it's not double W's. Well, whatever, that person can have a fucking shout out if they're using their account. I don't think they're even using their account from the looks of it. So who cares? I'll shout out actual Zach in a quick second. His cards are amazing, man. The quality, the everything, the vibe of them is just mystical awesome. Hello Raz, hello real Mr. Weird. Go check out him too, cause he's back at streaming again as well, coming back at it. So yeah, go check out all of the lovely people that are a part of the Twitch community over here that we love and appreciate. And motherfucker, it's still 30 seconds off. Well, whatever. Maybe I can kill something and then do it. Then do it. How have you guys been? Anything interesting or cool to mention? Anything happening on your end of the planet? On your part of the planet? I'm really curious on what the fuck that is. So let's go to there and do the thing. Do the thing. Excuse me for all of my sniffles and coughs and whatever else you might hear. It's just gonna be like that. I've settled so much since your reading, so thank you for that. Oh, I'm so super glad. I'm so super glad. Um, I had a feeling some people really had a lot of use from that one time of me doing readings. I feel like it was a really needed period of time, or like a very needed just like come back to just do one reading. I instantly, funnily enough, after being pushed to do readings, had a reading say, don't do readings no more. Don't do spiritual work, don't do readings, don't do nothing. Just do something that makes you happy and fun and enjoy yourself. Like that's it. That's all. That's all. And I mean, it makes sense. I accept that. That's cool. Like I was feeling like I can't be doing this. I was even surprised I got guidance on doing it, but I'm glad that it provided the necessary, like, you know, push and recap and yeah, just like calm for people because everyone's really going through it. Everyone's really going through something. Do I need this from my Mr. Butler, Andy? I mean, if anything, we know where to come back, right? It's like, yeah, it's right here. It'll be fine. If you want, you know, feel free to share what happened. You don't have to, you know, you don't have to. Just saying the point that you feel better and things are happening is enough, you know. But if you want to, feel free to share how you've been, how you doing, how's it going. Open the door. Okay, and let's take the quick moment to shout out Zach properly, because I do want to really shout him out. He's just wow. Like I hope he creates more decks because like I might be just nerding out over the point that I have a deck that's limited edition. One, because it is basically limited edition. Whoops, sorry. It is limited edition. Also, kind of useless, but whatever. And yeah, they're just so whimsical. They connect to your inner child. I can't wait to actually fucking have some readings go. I feel like there's gonna be more. There's always more. There's always more. There's never just... I hear raiders. Definitely hear raiders. Nothing there now. What? Maybe that was the Brotherhood. They're everywhere now, honestly. I don't like the point that they might have taken over, like, areas that I wanted to go kill everything myself. They're taking my job away from me. I gave the talk last Saturday. I was very well received. Ooh! You go, Raz! You fucking go, girl. I was glad. Also, an audience member told me about the work of a professor at UC Irvine. Ooh. And his work was in total agreement with some spiritual teachings from the 1960s to 80s. And it is cool that his science work is very spiritual, but he survives. Dude. If you have anything to follow up on that, like his content or some other stuff or whatever, like DM me that, because I am always interested to see how genuine spiritual scientists or practitioners of any sort like go through and do things. I recently found one lady that is trying to like guide a huge new wave of entrepreneurs to start their businesses and stuff like that.
Won't be able to hack this.
I'm gonna need to come back here. Okay. And it's what's the word? Exhilarating? You know what I mean? Like it's amazing when you can see peers in the weirdness that we all are interested in succeed and go forward. So yeah. Hi Leo, hi puppers. Hello, whoop you a nose. Nice to know Leo's good and said hi and came up. to the phone. I'm guessing he can hear me. And is kind of being like, you're not real, which, you know, fair enough. Wait, I've been here. I remember being here. I already cleared this out. This is not where I want to go, motherfucker. I want to go to the super duper mart. What? I do want to go to the super duper mart. Oh yeah, the raiders are here. Fuck them. I don't want to go kill them again. I don't care. I just got flooded with some repressed memories, things from childhood that were very bad, and it truly brought me to an understanding about why I had all that energy in me pouring out in shadow work. Like before, it didn't make sense to me because my perceived experience didn't match the amount of rage inside me. That makes sense. I mean, let's be real. People, especially like people, just put that in compartmentalized sections of their mind and brain, and it just seeps into the subconscious, and then you're like, why is this happening? I don't understand. Like like especially also maybe you know build up a different personality, or you try and counter that with other things, right? And then it just comes back at you, and you're like, what the like, I thought I already did this, but apparently not. So I'm glad you did that. That's hard. That's not easy stuff, my friend. Okay, let's sneak for the time being. But now I understand I recovered memories of people that were supposed to protect me hating me and actually made attempts on my life when I was a very small child. Aw, well, I'm glad you're still here and everything's okay, and you know you're breaking through this. That's some like deep work for right now and timing as well, right? Like that's gatekeeper type of work, like, which I know we already spoke about. You know that for sure, like what that means. So trooper man, trooper. So your reading brought me back to center. Well, I'm sending hugs and love, and I'm glad to hear that. I'm really glad to hear that.
This building's structural integrity has been compromised. I'd advise against the use of high explosives.
Nothing's gonna happen. Fucking this game doesn't have destructibles in it before I drop a mine and then everything kabooms about me. But I believe this is gonna be fine. It's gonna be okie dokie, artichokey. Artichokey. I heard everything too. Oops. That was not what I wanted to do, but it's okay. I'm proud of you guys. I'm so proud. Like, wow, like you guys are, you know, doing what you need to do, doing what you love to do, getting ahead, and you know, your like life desires and all of the scary things, because like speaking in front of big crowds and then also going through repressed like memories and trauma and shadow work and all the rest, like none of that is easy, and like going for like dreams and just doing what you want to do, even if you know like it's daunting, like that's not easy. That's not easy, but you feel better for like being on your side and going for it, and now like look at you guys. I'm very happy. Thank you for the good news. It's making me feel better. I'm just gonna come back and get all of this irradiated food, because for some reason I like irradiated food. It makes me radical. Maybe not. Maybe not the good type of radical. Am I right? Am I right? Oh yeah, I totally want to post his interview on the server, and that professor even says he hopes that there is a new discipline in science that incorporates spiritual ideas, so he and I have some very similar ideas. Well, that brings me to actually, there's a quantum research whatever thing. They're trying to get more money because they've hit a wall. I don't know if they can go past the wall, but I feel like they're getting somewhere. I felt like they might not get anywhere, and now that I can't do terminals in power armor, that's kind of bullshit. And they're trying to research and find the common denominator that you can have like viable, proper evidence on spirituality being tied to science. And they're trying to find it as like a definite law, like let's say the golden ratio, right, and all other stuff like that. Um, if I was well, I could list all of the other ones, but my memory's like not great while I'm sick these days for some reason. I'm like, I know this stuff, but I can't remember it. So basically, um, I'll send it to you, Raz, and maybe I'll link it at some other point in the stream, but it's a endeavor where they've gotten a lot of different types of like scientists together and a lot of different types of researchers to try and find the real like common denominator behind the simulation theory in a spiritual sense that actually adds up with all of the other knowledge that is known currently there. um, and, you know, it's going off of the failed theories too, like how string theory didn't really do anything, for example, you know what I mean? And a bunch of stuff like that. And I hope that one day the person you're talking about and people like them actually make a breakthrough, and, you know, if they do, the whole world is really gonna change. Let's be real, like it's gonna become something completely different because we'll have viable like proof and truth of how consciousness kinda is matter over everything, right? And it interconnects in deep layers that aren't just like quantifiable and viable, but really matter in the progress and evolution of all of us all together, right? Who knows what it could change, like, and the weirder, like, other thing about it is, like, there's places that don't even really believe in spirit that are making breakthroughs on the topic, like Chinese scientists, which is super fucking weird. Let's be real, like,
Need some?
I knew I didn't sell enough shit, motherfucker. Well, whatever. It's okay. It's okay. And yeah, it's like it's one of the most exciting things for me to research or look into is what is to a lot of people considered to be pseudoscience, but it's not. It's not pseudoscience. It's just unknown science, right? Like, and if we can make sense out of how important it is to look into this, respect it, and then have an integrated society around it, like just the possibilities of everything expand so greatly, so very, very greatly. So, I do think that there is going to be a huge, big conversation, if not in, like, after, like, around the year of 2025 to 2020, like, 2030, sorry. Um, then from 2030 onwards to 2040, I believe that there's going to be a huge conversation about the relevance of consciousness and spirituality in science. That it is, there's a humongous bridge that has been ignored and then also mocked for like such a huge time of you know, everything. There's some, I mean, I don't know if they're conspiracy theories or not. I guess, like, they are, considering that there's no, like, real proof of anything, but it's just like hearsay on some things that happen behind closed doors and in whatchamacallit, in secret labs and whatever, about how, you know, um there was an attempt to make technology that psychics can use to actually see different timelines and different varieties of the world and choices made and all of that and whatever, right? Like, yeah, let's say it's just conspiracy theories, but the interesting thing that I recently, just a couple of days ago, looked into again, because I actually had energy to, was like that they couldn't pin any of it down, which makes sense to me. You shouldn't be able to pin that type of stuff down. That's too powerful to be pinned down into something properly used, quantifiable, or, you know, used as a, basically like as a weapon. That was a scary growl. So it makes sense to me why it's like so far behind all of that. Like, you know, it has to be done in the right time by the right people in the right manner and ways. And currently there's a lot of energies, I'm gonna just be vague as shit, that aren't really doing it like justice. Like, they're not really going for it for the right reasons, right? They're going for it to have a leg up against other people, and it's like, if you use that to bring people together in their power of individuality and whatever else, then I believe you could have success. But even then you gotta be prepared to be making a lot of false discoveries and a lot of difficult like claims, and probably waste, not like in some ways, because capitalism, wasting money and time, but also just trying at it over and over again to get something tangible. Um, but yeah, that's really cool, Raz. I love that. He is like the lady's voice is coming through the phone again.
To pick through here. Searching through it could prove beneficial.
Excuse me? What ladies? Oh, lady. Oh, yeah, my ladies. I wanted to say the dog is confused over which lady, and it's obviously me because I'm the one he's hearing. Hi, Leo. Love you, although I've never met you, but one day, puppy. One day. One day. Yeah, I know, I couldn't handle those memories until the moment they returned. Seriously, like, if they would have come back even a week sooner, I would have unalived, and I don't say that whimsically. I believe you, man. Stress on that front is not a joke. Like, you know, like, a lot of us are like, oh, you're legendary. Well, you don't have shit against me, boy. I'm more legendary than you, motherfucker. I feel that. Like, there's some things, like, I've been a very much hardcore nut when it came to healing and going to the dark places of psyche, and not just for myself, but other people. And I think I've respected other people's boundaries on how far they can go a lot more, because, like, I understand the limits of others more than my own, to some extent. And I only recently understood that, like, I have my own limits I have to respect and accept and understand, and that it just is the way it is, you know? Like, everything happens in its own time, because that's just the world and life that we go through. Like, you can't have things instant here, and that's just not just irrational, but that's disrespectful. You know what I mean? That's super disrespectful of oneself or anyone. And, you know, that's not a reason to be like, oh, I'm like slow or weak or something. No, 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 no. Regardless of how like advanced or anything you are, and it doesn't even matter how, you know, you are one thing or another. It's legitimately just the truth of, like, spirit, the world, you, everyone is trying to do things in the best way possible, not in the fastest way possible, not in the, like, any way possible. It's trying to get all of the ins and outs of, like, the best future in the present, right? And, like, that takes time. That really takes time. And we're not better or worse for it. We just are who we are. And the truth and authenticity of it is, like, the thing that really brings it all together, right? Like, that's, you know, that's the point of it. Because when you hit that wall of, like, worry or anxiety or pain or whatever, that's when you know, like, oh shit, maybe, you know, it's better to take a step back before I take a step forward. And, it's nothing to be ashamed for. It's nothing to be angry for. Aw. You were one of the last minute, man. Aw, hi, buddy. I don't even want to make you naked. I'm gonna leave you. Short laser musket, I'll leave that too, because that's too heavy for me right now. Boop, boop, boop. I'm gonna need to switch out and get Piper. I'm sorry. You too military like for me, buddy. But anyway. Yeah. It's just one of those things. Yeah, some known science is taboo. That's why I'm pissed. Yeah, well, there's no real reason for it to be taboo. Most of the time, the reason it's fucking taboo is because it takes way more money than it gives back. You know what I mean? Like, you can't earn from it. You can't you can't make it into a weapon. Is another thing. I see you over there. I'm too fat. Damn it. You can't make it into a weapon or profitable resource. That's the reason I think why it's considered to be taboo. But besides that, obviously we have a lot of history of where people have misled other people through lies and misconceptions and just insanity on the subject, which, you know, that's fair enough. But then you look at like all of the hidden shit in terms of science and hidden labs and stuff like that, and it's like, well, that's not taboo, and that usually is way more taboo than you know, what is trying to come through into the surface of things. And it's sad. It's fucking sad most of the time, but then, you know, you remember everything's happening for a reason in its own time, and it'll be okay, and then you kind of calm down on the subject. Like, okay, if it's gonna, you know, take time, it's good. Oh fuck, that's a lot of fire. I mean, that's fine. Just burn. Burn, baby, burn. Da -da 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 -da. There we go. So, but I feel you on being pissed about it. I think I've calmed down now. Sweet. But when I was like getting into research myself, like I got really upset. I really got upset. I mean, honestly, I recently got upset just yesterday over the point of like finding out the whole thing I learned about pyramids was fucking wrong. And again, like there's actual like proper theories on what the hell they were for. And I'm slightly upset about that because there's so many things I didn't want to study when I was in high school, and I was doing my own research, which was mostly pseudoscience and going against like big, what do you call it? Big archaeology? Is that how it's labeled, right? That's what it's labeled. And it was sad to realize and find out like, oh, I didn't bother with paying attention to some of the topics because they were all bullshit. And you know, instead of like learning your best in school, it was better to keep looking into the interesting points, leaving yourself open to further education of your own besides of random sources that you could pick up. And that's disheartening because currently right now there's a lot of that happening too as well, except in a way worse way it looks like or seems like, and it's just, I don't know, man. It's just kind of like, why? Also, does that explode if I shoot it? Do I want to find out? I kind of do. That doesn't. Okay. So I feel you on that because it's kind of like unintentionally a lot of people are being misled, and the only way you really find stuff out like that is if you have an open teacher that is okay to discussing the fringe topics of any subject. It's not just science. Wait, does this light up if I shoot it? I mean, this is the wrong place. Yep, it does. Okay, so that explains that. Now if I figure that out. Shoot diesel slash benzinous and you get flames. Science. For me, Chinese are spiritual but not but that's just me. I mean, in higher political tiers, no, they're not. In science, they're not that spiritual either. The discoveries they make are tied heavily to consciousness and spirituality, and the main population of Chinese people are very spiritual, very spiritual. But when you go to the more control, like authority types, they don't look into that, and a lot of the population isn't really looking into it too much either because of how oppressed they are there and how misled a lot of the society and population is. But that is my opinion, which you don't have to take on. That is not for you if you don't feel like it's for you, you know? Um, I think maybe if anything, like if you look at it from like the big picture out, they're the people that are they're on two extremes of the scale of it, right? Or they would have to be, or whatever you want to say about that. They're um they're the ones that have both of those like aspects really heavily tied to everything. And maybe that's part of the reason why they make such interesting, great discoveries, is because they have both of those extremes of like completely denouncing like spirituality and completely like supporting it and looking into it. And a lot of people obviously definitely hide that if they're in higher positions. I don't doubt that. Even if it's like better not have that, it's not really a part of it. But yeah, that's just me. That's just me on it. I'm having a phone call. I'm gonna quickly actually answer that because also I want to go have a little bit of a ladies' room break. So I'm gonna be back in like a quick second or bit, and yeah, talk to you soon.